What is going on, everybody? We are back.
What's
It
up? What's up, back?
is the Money
We
Match
are
Gaming
back. Yeah,
Podcast,
we
my
are
friends.
back.
I am part of your co-host team, the Infinite, and my right-hand man in this screen. I guess you would be my
Hey,
left-hand man. But
uh,
here we go with the late one. But hey,
yeah,
it's been a
hey,
while. We got a little dust. But my man Dan
exactly.
Estrata, the
Hey,
other
everybody.
co-host, man.
What's up? What's up? It has been a while. I'm glad that we're back. We're talking about stuff. We got to talk about some coming soon July stuff. But before that, why don't we talk about where we've been for the past 2 weeks? Because I think it's relatively related to gaming. And that's what we're all here for in some extent of the word. So let's talk about it. So 2 weeks ago, we had to cancel. I was at RLCS. Now, granted, RLCS was here in my backyard, it was at my house, but I had people who came by for RLCS. And on Monday, I just did not have the time. I had people here, so I could not find the time to record, which sucks. But it was a great time. Anybody who doesn't know what RLCS is, if you were at the load up screen, I was wearing my RLCS 7 shirt. RLCS stands for Rocket League Championship Series, and 7 is the seventh one. They did it here in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center, and it was a great time. A lot of awesome Rocket League. First 2 days dominated by North America team, North American teams. But then by the end, whack, get out of here. You're whack, bro. Rocket League's sweet. Rocket League's the best. But towards the end, it was won by a team from the EU called Renault Vitality, and they're a very good team. It was very fun to watch. And I saw that Mulatto said something else, but I could not see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
because you
you
suck.
suck.
I
Yeah.
don't understand.
Bro, what do you mean?
Why are you being so aggressive, man? I'm just talking about something I like. Why you gotta be so mean about it?
Why you gotta be
Uh,
so rude?
anyway, yeah, Rocket League. It was great. We set a world record, like the crowd did. We now own the longest wave of all time, like one of those waves around the stadium. We did it for the record was I think 18 minutes. We did it for 28, so we shattered that record.
That's a lot.
Yeah, we did it for a long time. Uh, and Chase, because Rocket League sucks. Well, you're wrong about that, Mulatto, but you got to do what you got to do. But anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Set a world record. They give a free, they give an item for everybody who goes to the thing. You get like a pair of wheels for the in game. Everybody's hoping that they add like a title as well. You talking about Dan King Chris? Okay. Um, yeah, so everyone's hoping that they add a title to it as well, so you can show off that you have a world record like Grand Wave Master. So that was really fun. That's what I did. The following week we took off because Lance was doing something. Now, Lance, why don't you fill in the crowd on what you were doing?
Okay, I went to CEO, the fighting game tournament in Daytona, Florida. Um, uh, in hindsight, I did not take advantage of that scenario as much as I should. I feel like, like Smurf wanted to yell at me, and I deserve to be yelled at. I took a lot of footage. I just ended up sitting on it and kind of not producing any content from it, which is it's a shame on me. But it was an interesting event. A lot of weird things happened at the event. There's more grooming situations in the Smash community. Ally, one of the top pros, admitted that he did have relations with an underage kid. I think he was like 28. The kid was like 15ish.
Oof.
When they started, obviously he's of age now. And basically after the litigation, they were like, yeah. Well, he was like, yeah, that didn't go so well. And yeah, I might as well just let everybody know that I'm thrown in the towel. There was that. There was also a 15-year-old girl who destroyed a pro. And
Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
effectively, well, let me finish. They effectively bullied her out of the scene.
Oh, that's a bummer. That's
Yeah.
really disappointing.
Yeah, that definitely sucks. It is what it is, I guess. It's not really what
Nah, that's
I
that's
want to
not cool.
hear, but you know
That's
what?
not cool.
And obviously, I don't really know like a lot of the specifics, but those two things happened at the event I was at. I didn't see it all. I was volunteering, so I ran my first few brackets. I helped with registration. Strangely enough, it's basically what I do every Sunday. It's kind of nuts that I felt so prepared to do that.
You're just at home. You're in your wheelhouse.
Yeah. I'm just in my own space. The internet runs nicely. I got a little bit of prep. So here's the scary thing about me going to CEO. Not to say that any of the people at CEO were mean or any of the staff or anything like that, because that's not true. They were all really, really nice. But I was trying to prepare for going down there and ask one of the admin Joe, like, hey, I'm trying to volunteer. I didn't receive anything after I did volunteer, but I'm not sure if my like ballot or whatever that is you guys receive on your end went all the way through because the prompts didn't show up and stuff. Because Discord acts really, really weird when you're making
Mhm,
the transition from like the app form versus the web-based browser one, and
mhm.
and when like your volunteer asks you for your Discord name, and it just didn't seem like it did what it was supposed to. I did that twice. And I reached out. She was like, "We never turn away any volunteers." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool. But is there any information you could give me ahead of time?" And
Mhm.
so she's like, "Nope. Show up the day before, 8 p.m. We'll give our little volunteer meeting." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Week comes out. I do the same thing. She's like, "Nope. We don't turn any away. You're good. We got you. We'll accept you with open arms." Of course, I show up. I give them my name. They're like, "Okay, we are you in the system?" And I was like, "Ooh, see, that was not the answer I was looking for."
Yeah, I should be, but apparently I'm not. So
Right. So I give my name. That was wrong, and I was like, "All right, look, this is already not going the way I want it to. Here's the message." They were like, "Oh yeah, that's one of the important people. Yeah, go in. Hand me a badge and walk in." I'm like, "All right, well, maybe it's right." So walk in. They go through. They talk about schedules, and then you know how everybody should have received these emails and so on and so forth. And I was like, "Okay, all right,
mhm,
I've been had. I've been
mhm.
had." So long story short, at the end, I raise my hand. They do find me some jobs, but it just lets you know that even though it was a great event, a lot of great things happened. They did a lot of cool things. They're big organizations are just that, and they're not as organized as you want, like you imagine them to be. And again, they threw a great event. I'm not throwing shade. It's just I want to share the experience since we're talking about our weekends. Outside of that, it's been great. Like running my first few brackets. A lot of people are nice. And
Mhm.
even if you're not like the fastest or this, that, and the other, people tend to be nice. I felt like I did a couple good things. I saw them tweet. Unfortunately, I feel like in a lot of situations, because I wasn't really formally in the system, they weren't capable of recognizing me for the things that I did do. I did volunteer to do a bracket that somebody abandoned, and anytime any of those things happen, like it could really put you behind. And I think their tweet was about me. They just didn't know who I was, which
Mhm.
was cool. It's cool. I did something good, and I
Mhm.
learned a few things. At
Word.
the very
That's
least
cool.
myself.
Did you, Alex Trebali, like the main runner of CEO, he was
Kinda
in
that
a wrestling match that weekend.
yeah, that first day when I was doing registration, he was like, "Who's the new guy?" I was like, "Oh yeah, my name's Lance," and he was like, "Oh cool," like hinting that like where would he come from? We have a
Mhm.
list of the volunteers. He doesn't look like any of them, so there was
Yeah.
that. But outside of that,
Yeah.
it was good. It was good. It was good. We sponsored two players. I got to meet them both.
Nice. How'd
Funny
they do?
story. Oh, really well actually. They
That's awesome.
placed top 48, I think, somewhere in that range,
That's
out of
pretty good.
1,400 participants.
That's really
So
good.
yeah, that's really good. They were beating pros, and that's cool. This is good.
That's
So
awesome.
there was that. Meeting them was really cool. One of them was like a 16-year-old. He came with his family. They all wore matching shirts and stuff. It was
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
cute. That's
Um,
adorable as hell.
I did record one of his sets and such, and afterwards they had him, the loser of that set, which he won in good fashion, like take
Mhm.
a picture with his family when I asked them to take a picture. They're like, yeah, you get it. I was like, oh, dude, that sucks, dude. He was a good sport, so
Yeah,
it was whatever. But that was my weekend. That's why we were away. You
that's
know,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so without further ado, let's hop into coming soon in July because some of these things have come already. They're already there. We're in July now. July, what's today? The 8th, 9th? Whatever. It's here. We're in it. We're living in it. So let's talk about some of the stuff that has come out, is coming out in the month of July. We'll start with games. July 2nd, we have Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers coming out on the PC and PS4. July 4th, we have Stranger Things 3, the game for everything, and Teppen for mobile. July 5th, we have Sea of Solitude for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. July 10th, we have Soul Seraph for everything. July 11th, we have Blazing Chrome for everything. July 12th, we have Dragon Quest Builders 2 for the PS4 and Switch. July 19th, we have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order for Switch. And July 26th, we have Fire Emblem 3 Houses for Switch, Kill la Kill If for PS4, Switch, and PC, and Wolfenstein Youngblood for the PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Stadia. I think that's the first game coming out for Stadia, along with all the other older games, but it's the first like new game to come out with this new Google Stadia thing that is starting up soon. So, what do you think about these games? You got a couple highlighted here.
Okay. Final Fantasy. I know. Real quick, I'll address you, Zumba. I believe you're the lowest level. I don't believe you did any ranking up, but like we mentioned earlier in the stream, I was gone. So, if below the stream, you should be able to see all that information on the D Live. So if you are a brawler, it would be 3 LP basically. You ain't the lowest, so wolf tier maybe. I'm guessing wolf tier because that means you did it while I was gone. So you'll need 5 LP for each tournament, so 10 LP in total. And then send Smurf a message, and he'll reward you when he comes back. He comes back this Wednesday. Probably not in time for King of the Hill, but after that, yeah, you'll be good. But yeah, go ahead and do that. But yeah, so sorry. Back to it.
Oh, yeah.
So your knight, okay. Knights are 10 LP, so 10 LP a tournament that you enter for today. All right, so there we go. Final Fantasy. So I'm not going to play this game. I am not going to play this game, but it's cool. I like Final Fantasy things.
Yeah, I mean, I actually about a month and a half ago started playing through Final Fantasy 14 at work as like my thing to do when I'm not actively working. And I like it. I think it's really fun. I also hate it because I'm at like the cap level for the initial like run of the game. Like I'm past level 50. But I can't do the next expansion until I do all the story quests and I'm now level 54 and I'm still doing level 50 story quests to get into the expansion. That wouldn't bother me so much if it didn't hinder me getting abilities that I'm supposed to already have. But it is what it is. The game is still really fun. I haven't played this newest expansion. I might give it a shot. I still have 2 other expansions to get through before I get there. But yeah, from what I've heard, the story in it is really good. It's getting favorable reviews, and the people who I play with on Final Fantasy, like in my guild or whatever, that have it, really seem to like it. So, another game you have here. Actually, there's a game here that I forgot to highlight, but I am kind of interested in, and I don't know why I haven't downloaded it yet. And it's this Teppen game for mobile. Now, what Teppen is, it's like a Capcom card game. So there's cards based on all sorts of Capcom characters like Chun-Li, Ryu, Rathalos from Monster Hunter, Dante from Devil May Cry, Mega Man. I don't know. It seemed interesting. I'm sure it's a free to play mobile phone game, so it's going to be littered with microtransactions. But um, yeah, I don't know. It seemed interesting, so I just wanted to bring it up, give it some attention.
Okay.
Uh, the next game on here that you have highlighted is Soul Seraph. What
Um,
Soul Seraph?
it just looked a little interesting. This month in general is actually kind of really dry from content.
Yeah,
Which is fine. There are some cool things and there's some gems. So like let's not like pretend like there's no gems. It's just out of a list of things and the stuff that I actually did look at, that just seemed interesting. So it was just one of those things that like it's a platformer. So like I typically don't get a whole lot of enjoyment out of platformers.
I
Like
do. I
they
like
tend to be like super super linear, and I'm a weird guy. I'm a weird guy. I know I'm a weird guy. So if that like triggers you in some way, shape, or form, I'm sorry. And
Platformer.
in other ways, like it's just the way I'm built, man. And you're allowed to like how you like. So you're allowed to like what you like. So I'm not
You
one
might
of those
like
guys.
Hollow Knight then, because Hollow Knight is a platformer it's linear, but it's really not.
Right,
You might
and there's a lot of
very hard.
puzzles to it from what I remember, and it
Yeah.
looked interesting. A lot of people play it, so I end up seeing it here and there. So
Yeah, I started playing it. Well, I played it a lot. I had it for a while on my Xbox. I bought it when it came out, and I was like, "Man, this game's super hard. I don't want to play it." After like 30 minutes, and then this weekend I was by myself and bored, and I was like, "I want to play Hollow Knight again." And I played it for a few hours, and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not very good at it still, but I liked it a lot.
right.
Another game you have highlighted here, Blazing Chrome. I don't know anything about that one either.
It just looks interesting. There's like not a whole lot to say in a lot of senses. It's just interesting. Um, I, I,
Fair enough.
all these games, like these two games, I'm probably not gonna play.
Mhm.
Like, and it's not a knock on them, because it's like
Are
I
you gonna
feel
play
like
any of these games this month?
maybe Fire Emblem.
Gotcha.
I was actually really really interested in Fire Emblem. I was just like hoping that it would line up and I could
Mhm.
afford it with everything going on and stuff like that. And then with the hubby leaving soon, I'll probably actually have some time to play and
Fair
not feel
enough.
guilty about playing video games.
Fair enough. The next one on this list before we go into Fire Emblem that I have highlighted, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, coming out on the Switch July 19th. I've played the other Ultimate Alliance games. I think they are a ton of fun. A lot of people are mad about this game. I don't know that people have certain complaints about the art style or something of that nature, but I still think it looks a lot of fun. Uh, I'm very excited to play it. I'm pretty sure the voice of Miles Morales in the game is the dude who voices him in Into the Spider Verse, which I think is really cool. I'm not positive, but in the trailer it sounded exactly like him. It just looks like a fun game. I don't know. I like Marvel. And it's like a Diablo style like action RPG, and I like those. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that game. And the other game we have highlighted for this month is Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Three Houses, which we sort of touched on for a second. Lance talked about it, but I've never. So all right, I'll say this out front. I don't really like tactical strategy games. And it's mostly because I'm not good at them and I don't care to get good at them. However, I will say that this new Fire Emblem looks pretty interesting and I'm interested in checking it out. Uh, Everyone seems to like the Fire Emblem series uh, with good reason. I'm sure they're great games, just usually not my cup of tea. But I think this time I'll try and make it my cup of tea because every now and again I'll like, for example, I used to hate roguelikes, and then I played Enter the Gungeon, and I was like, oh man, this is a lot of fun. And then I started playing other roguelikes, and now I play like roguelikes all the time. So it's sometimes it just takes one to completely change my opinion on everything else in the like genre.
Yeah, like like for me, I'm a weird cookie. So there's like a lot of genres that I like, but if it doesn't like tickle my fancy in the right way, um, I don't know. So it's like really into turn-based strategy games. Does not mean I'm gonna play any turn-based strategy that comes along, and I just don't. Yeah, I'm
Well, I
not
mean, if
sure.
you're into turn-based strategy games, you'll like that if you like Fire Emblem because that's
Yeah,
what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, for the most part. And it really does look like kind of my fancy, but like just the way like how generic or repetitive a system might be could turn me off. So like I'm not sure what my fancy is. I really don't know, but I do like a lot of these types of games. I do like tactical type games with grid systems and so on and so forth. You know, I liked XCOM. I'll probably like the Gears of War ones that they're kind of creating. You know, I do enjoy those types of games. But you know, sometimes like if you play the Disagia, it's so hard to say. Disgaea, yeah, yeah, like those kinds. They're like super grindy, and like it just turns me off on like what you need to do to be good at the game or just have a strong party. And it's like you can't just grind levels and organize like what weapons you have and so on and so forth and pick like, you know, which equipment needs to upgrade. It's like, nah, you need to like grind a certain way and there's like special ways to grind to do it fast. And I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun.
Yeah. There's like quite a few Japanese style games like that to where like they're like the premise of them are really, really fun. But like once I actually ended up looking on like what people do to get good at the game, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna grind the same item for, you know,
Right.
10 hours.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, you know. Which then I'm like, all right, I guess this isn't for me. So we'll see, man. Because Fire Emblem, I don't think it is one of those types of games, but you know,
Yeah.
or Warframe. Warframe's like a really grindy game.
Yeah, but at least that one makes sense is the fact that they don't charge you for it.
Right.
Like it's a free game. You can pay to reduce the grind. So I get it in Warframe. Like a free to play game, the grind kind of makes a little bit more sense than a $60 game.
Right. And that's fair. I'm just saying, you know, like, and I liked Warframe for a while, and then the grind came.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Then
what?
you didn't.
Yeah. Then I hit the block, and I was like, okay.
It's like Dauntless. I was playing Dauntless. Dauntless is a fun game, but it's very grindy as well. It's like a cartoony looking Monster Hunter game. It's a lot of fun. The weapons are great. The combos are cool. The monsters are interesting enough, but man, like sometimes you have to constantly like go back and fight baby monsters to get items to upgrade your gear. Like it's annoying, but it's a fun game. I definitely still recommend checking it out.
Oh, I'm surprised you're saying it sucks, King Mulatto. Those types of games are your games, bro.
What,
bruh? Yeah. My brother loves Monster Hunter. He loves those types of games. He likes Skyrim. He likes the
Monster Hunter and Skyrim are very, very different.
Well, they're kind of grindy in the sense to where it's like you're kind of doing repetitive tasks a lot, and there's like a lot of random things that you could do in a lot of sense. But it's not Monster Hunter. That's true. There's like a lot of people who are like, yeah, why would I play Dauntless if I can just play Monster Hunter?
Because I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. I think the weapons in Dauntless are more fun than the weapons in Monster Hunter. Personally,
yeah.
I think Monster Hunter is a way better game, but I think just it's more fun to use the weapons in Dauntless.
Is the combat better? Because I don't necessarily hear the combat's better.
The combat's about the same. It's not. Yeah, it's roughly the same. It's not really that much different.
Okay. I didn't think it was because I never heard any of that. All I heard was like the weapons are cool, and it's not a bad game. It's just not.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a bad game at all. I think it's a lot of fun.
And people are like, yeah, it's not a bad game. It's just not.
I mean, most of the people who don't like it are just like, you know, Monster Hunter people who are just like, it's not Monster Hunter.
Right. Yeah.
Like
exactly. Yeah. Wolfenstein Youngblood. I actually didn't look this one up. It's not that I'm not interested in those kinds of series. I do like Duke Nukem shoot 'em up type situations, but
I'm booty. Well, that's the thing. Wolfenstein is not like that. It's disguised as that, and it's not. It's a very tactical, like use cover and stuff. Even though it looks like it would be like a Doom type shooter. So I suck at Wolfenstein. I have Wolfenstein 2, and I have a very hard time beating it on like the third of like 8 difficulties. So I've never played it too much. I'm not getting Wolfenstein Youngblood. However, I think it looks really cool. I'm always into 80s themed things, and I could be swayed to get it at some point. However, it's not going to be a day one buy for me.
Yeah, I'm a little strapped after my CEO trip. It was quite expensive.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it was expensive. So
Um, all right, so let's get into movies now. There's a few coming out. Some are more interesting than others. So we got July 3rd, which already happened. We had Spider-Man: Far From Home and Midsummer come out. July 12th, this weekend, we have Stuber, 21 Bridges, Point Blank, and Pokemon the Movie: Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. July 17th, we have The Lion King. July 25th, we have Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And July 31st, we have Dora the Explorer. So let's start with July 3rd, a movie that has already come out, Spider-Man: Far From Home. I have seen it.
I have not seen it yet.
It's good. I mean, I liked it. We'll probably talk about it on an episode here, so I won't spoil my thoughts, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll probably.
I mean, it's not Into the Spider-Verse,
right,
but that's like I could say that pretty much about every other movie in existence. Like,
right.
oh well, it's the Spider-Verse.
I was listening to the radio, and some dude was like, "Yeah, I saw Into the Spider-Verse. This cartoon version of like Spider-Man. It was actually pretty phenomenal." And then he kind of went into a little bit about the Spider-Man and how it wasn't quite the same, and like how he could really start to appreciate those kinds of cartoons, because he was like, it didn't even look fake at all. And I was like, to some degree, and you're kind of right.
It looked like you were watching like a comic book almost.
Right. It was phenomenal. But that's just to let you know that like Into the Spider-Verse, it broke some like barriers.
Dude, it's
like,
top tier.
Dude, it's so
like
great.
It's like
so
I
good.
am not ashamed to say that it's like my favorite movie now. Like just overall favorite movie.
So good. So good.
It. Absolutely love it. So July 12th, I have highlighted Pokemon the Movie: Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. The reason I highlighted this, I don't know if I'm going to see this. However, I love Pokemon the Movie: Mewtwo Strikes Back. So the fact that they're remaking it is kind of baffling to me, but also kind of awesome. And for that reason alone, I want to watch it. However, I have to look up if it's playing anywhere around here, but I'm kind of interested in it because, like I said, love Pokemon the first movie. It's a really not great movie, but it's also amazing.
I was like, I don't remember it being good. Like, as soon as you said it was a remake, I was like, oh,
it's a great movie.
I definitely saw that.
I remember seeing it in theaters for my birthday party. I mean, it's 100% nostalgia that's driving this, but I saw it for my birthday party. We all went to the movie theaters to see Power Rangers. My mom bought the tickets for like me and my friends. The tickets came with cards, and my mom hooked me up. To all my friends, if you're listening here, sorry about it, but my mom made sure that I got different card. Like I got a set of cards essentially, where everybody else got the cards that were duplicates. So. Shout out, moms.
Shout out, moms.
getting that rare Mew card, baby. No, it was awesome though. I really liked that time. And then I came home and I got sick and threw up. But other than that, it was a great time. I also got Pokemon Master Trainer, the board game, for my birthday that year too. So it was like Pokemon all over the place. It was great.
Man, your mom's she's kind of. Man, that's kind of ruthless, man. I can't even see my mom doing that.
What?
Just like getting all the things, seeing all the cards.
Well, like she bought the tickets, so you could see what they were. I think you could see through the package.
Right. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying.
It was essentially like, it's not that she took the cards from the other kids. It was like the adults who were getting the cards, who were coming along, who didn't want the cards. They would get different ones, so I would get the whole
set. So it was like everybody was getting double cards anyway?
Kids all still got cards. They just got cards.
No, I know your mom didn't take the cards.
Yeah, she wasn't like
just the simple fact
losers.
Yeah, just the simple fact that she wheeled and dealed to make sure that you got the most complete set that you possibly can.
Shout out moms, Stone.
My mom wouldn't have did that. We would have came through and somebody else would have got the grandest card. And I would have just looked at him like, man, that's a nice
on my
card,
birthday, bro. You're going to do that to me on my birthday.
You going to live that way. Huh? Treat me that way.
So the next thing I have on this list is July 17th. The Lion King comes out, the Lion King remake. And I will probably see this movie. I I'm hyped because of the cast, but it just looks like almost a shot-for-shot remake of the original Lion King, which I've seen a billion times. But it's just now it's gonna have different voice actors, and if that's the case, it's the case. It is whatever. But the voice cast is amazing, so there's like no way I can't see this movie.
Oh, I'm a duck this one.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh
Like
man.
I'm not interested in seeing Aladdin. Although I heard there were different seasons in Aladdin. Have you seen it, Aladdin? By chance?
I did not, but I heard it was okay.
Yeah, I didn't hear it was bad.
I watched the only one of like the remake Disney like live action movies I've watched, I think was Cinderella, and I thought it was good. Or not Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, that's what it was, with Emma Watson. I thought it was all right. I thought it was not bad.
I don't know why, but like I'm fighting these. I'm like, no.
Nah, I'm not. I don't really give a shit.
It's like I don't know. I'm like,
listen, if it's not good, people won't watch it. If it's good, people will watch it.
I don't even think it'd be bad. How do you make those movies bad? Like most of them are really great movies. Like Aladdin, great movie.
Yeah, just because the content is great, like the backdrop is great, doesn't mean the movie has to. Like, it's very easy to mess it up. Poor casting, poor like sequences, bad editing, bad writing. Because like they're adapting the script. They're not doing the same exact script from the animated movie. They're doing a new script for the new movie. So there's ways to mess it up.
Okay.
I think there have been bad remakes. Not off the top of my head, I can't think of any, but I'm fairly positive there's been bad remakes.
Okay. All right.
Cool. But yeah, I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm a big fan. I mean, and I'm a huge Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, whatever you want to call it.
I'm a fan too, but
so I'll pretty much see anything that guy touches. He's got the Midas touch.
Yeah, and I like him too, but I'm just like, yeah, this one I'm not. No.
And the last movie I have highlighted here is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the new Quentin Tarantino movie. I'm like iffy on this because like Quentin Tarantino, I'm pretty sure he might be a terrible person. I think that like something about that came out. So yeah, I don't want to really support a terrible person, but the movie actually looks great. Like every time I watch a trailer, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to watch this movie a lot. Once again, great cast. And he's a good director. Oh man, it's hard for me to like hate his work, even if he's a shitty guy, because he puts out like there's a lot of good Quentin Tarantino movies. So yeah, I'll probably end up seeing this. That's basically what I'm saying here.
And I'm not super into cancel culture, so I appreciate you doing that. I really think you can separate the art from the individual.
No, most people I can't. Honestly, most people I cannot. But if it's something I'm really, really interested in, it's tough. And like I said, I'm not sure if I remember correctly. It could be like a minor offense. Like, for example, Aziz Ansari, I don't think like he should be canceled at all, or I don't know if people are boycotting his Netflix special or not, but it probably shouldn't. I'll probably watch it. I think he's still a funny guy, and I think his situation was blown out of proportion. But depending on the offense, like I ain't listening to R. Kelly anymore. I'm gonna be completely honest. I will not play Remix to Ignition. Like anytime that song comes on, I'm just like, nah, I'm good on this. Which sucks because I used to love that song. Used to love Trapped in the Closet, but now it makes me sick. So I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I'll respect it as a classic, but yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be a little while before I ever dive back into that, because I did love the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, I mean, listen, dude put out a lot of great songs, but it turns out he was a terrible monster.
Right.
I want to support a terrible monster. I can't do it.
I mean, as long as you pay, the price, it's fine by me, man. As long as you pay the price. So if you go to jail and do your time or pay your fines and all that stuff, I'm just one of those guys that believes that everybody deserves
a second chance for sure, but it doesn't seem like...
See, with him though, it's a little bit different though,
exactly.
because
I was like,
what he was doing, and so if he doesn't get long sentences, that just means he's not being punished properly, and I'm not down for that.
It all depends on the punishment. If someone is punished aptly for being terrible, then sure, give him a second chance. But if they're like giving a slap on the wrist and they're like, "Hey, I'm totally a good guy now. Everybody loves me. I'm the best." I'm like, no. Get out of here.
Right, and that's where it becomes iffy. But it's just I hate like seeing those convicts come out of like jail and then society's like, yeah, we're not going to give you a job, we're not going to give you a way to provide for yourself.
No, yeah, that I completely 100% completely disagree.
Right, and so like that's what I feel like.
Also, it depends on the severity of like the crime and everything around it.
Yeah, it depends on a lot of things. I'm just saying, like that's one of the reasons why I've always kind of pushed back against cancel culture and stuff, and why I'm kind of like, yo, like if they're doing something wrong that's punishable by the law, let's punish them. And let's punish them in a just way.
And once again, I get the cancel culture. I get people's outrage. I get why people feel the way they do. But sometimes it does get it wrong. I mean, look at that whole Amber Heard, Johnny Depp situation where everyone was like, man, Johnny Depp's an abuser. Amber Heard said Johnny Depp was an abuser. And then it turns out it was the other way around where she cut off one of his fingers or some crap like that. Like the tip of his finger. Yeah, it's bad. So sometimes people can be wrong. And I'll be honest, I was like, oh, I don't really want to watch Johnny Depp stuff if he sucks. But I still did. Like I watched The Tales of Grindelwald, and even if I enjoyed Johnny Depp at that time, I don't think I would have enjoyed that movie because I thought that movie was just kind of boring. But
No, that movie was kind of bad.
That movie, it was just set up. Like all that movie was like, it felt like the first episode of a TV show, but you're like, but you gotta wait 2 or 5 years to watch the next episode. All right, well, I don't really care that much then. Because the first movie felt like the first
no, it was good.
Fantastic Beasts movie felt like its own thing. It was because it had a beginning and an end. They weren't like they were interested in setting it up for the future, and they did set it up for the future, but it wasn't like a crazy things happened in the movie. Whereas this, I felt like nothing really happened.
I agree.
Pieces moved, but nothing happened. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's basically it, though. Dora the Explorer, I didn't highlight, but I mean, it's a movie that's coming out. I don't know why, but it is. And I saw a trailer, and it didn't look terrible, but I'm still not going to watch it. I don't think.
I kind of want to get baited by my daughter, but she doesn't watch it, so I'm not going to get baited. But something tells me that it would just be funny to watch.
I think it'll be like kind of good. Like not like great, but I think like in like a campy kind of way, I think it'll be enjoyable. I think it'll be self-referential too.
Right. I think it'll be a little spoofy.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that like I don't know why I'd be a little interested in it, but I just kind of would.
Yeah. No, I understand completely. That's kind of how I feel.
It's like a small sprinkle of interest.
Like I'm not a huge Dora fan or really know the Dora lore that much. But I feel like they did Diego dirty because he just seemed like a regular guy in the commercial, whereas like the Diego was like he was a big deal. He was like a main character. I think I don't know. Like I said, I
thought he had his own series.
Yeah, he did. That's why Diego Goes Wild or something of that nature. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really big on the Doraverse. I don't know the ins and outs of the Doraverse, but I feel like they did Diego dirty in that trailer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah, that's June or July.
Yeah, that's all of July. Hopefully you guys saw some things that you liked, you cared for. Wolfenstein for the bro.
Excited for something. If not, there's always August. August has some things. The only thing off the top of my head I can think of is WoW Classic, and that should be exciting for some people.
That hasn't dropped yet?
No, August 27th. The beta's been out, so that's why you like streams and stuff of people playing it.
He said, "Yeah, not Rocket League."
Yeah, not Rocket League.
But he's only trolling you. Don't get trolled.
I know. I'm getting trolled. But it doesn't make any sense. It's not a logical statement.
Oh man, don't get trolled. He's just pure troll right there. Pure troll.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
So, I guess we'll end up possibly doing Spider-Man or Toy Story.
I still haven't seen that. I was actually thinking about maybe seeing that tomorrow, but
okay.
Yeah, so we could do either of those.
Okay. I've seen Toy Story already. It's
Horde All the Way is correct. By the way, sorry for interrupting, but yeah,
No, you're good. So, like we might as well do that. It's kind of like a lingering thought. I'm glad
yeah,
that it took a little while though, because yeah, it should be an interesting conversation. You haven't seen it yet, so I
cool.
don't want to say anything.
Yeah,
But
that's a good. I appreciate that.
yeah, so
I
it's
do want to
interesting.
watch it. Like, even though I don't think it needs to exist, I still do really want to watch it, and I've heard fairly positive things about it. My niece and nephew didn't really seem too into it, but that's because they haven't been there for this whole journey. I feel like this is a movie made for us, not for the babies.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna just let it be. I'm gonna let it simmer. We'll have that conversation because I actually do have a little bit to say.
Well,
I
that's
have a
good.
little bit to say, man, and it's like, yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting.
That's good. That's good.
But that does it for us. We're back. Welcome us, open arms, love, appreciation. It's weird not doing it, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, man. Me too.
And we'll catch you guys in next week. Until then, my friends, goodbye.
Later.
Arwen, set the beat on flow. Whoa.